New Sizzix dies, and definitely all girl.
Yeah, there's 9 of them, and today I played with 3. It's really fun, you know, gets you in the Valentine's mood. The border down here, let's start over here. It's a fabulous border. I left some of the spots here that you can just pop them out, see? So once you run it through once, this is a My Mind's Eye paper right here. Really heavy My Mind's Eye, great paper.
That's the new craft line.
Fun Day.
Fun Day.
It's going to give you all these little extra swirls, flourishes that I used on a card I'll show you in a second. But I really, from the picture, I almost thought it was an embossed die and they just colored it. But it's not. It gives you the holes. So what I did up here on my layout is I used that die right here 3 times. Well, two, and I cut it in half and put the 2 pieces up here. One, you can see I didn't put a background. The bottom one, I put a background. I don't have this glued so I can show you, see? I just cut it out so that you get the double color look, almost like the photo. This piece is from one of the dies I'm going to show you in a minute, which will give you the zigzagged edge to just use as extras. Well, it's made for a rosette, but look, you can use it absolutely anywhere for just a little bit of extra. And of course, Prima Flowers. This is all from a Prima Flower package. Works really good in your Valentine's layouts. Craft paper, crate paper is the paper here and here and here and here. The only time I used a different paper was Prima. And this is the Romantique collection, the new Romantique collection. And up here, I'll just move, okay. This is from one of the other dies I'll show you in a second, that, you know, you make your own little miscellany with your die cutting. And you can just cut this here now, and when you put it on the layout, you'll have a half a circle. But I did want to show it to you whole. I'll put it back so you can see it later. Here's the paper. I'm going to recommend this Prima paper because when you die cut, you get so many different looks, and that's how I got this. Look, right there. And then the crate paper Hearts collection, which is these papers right here. And here's the other die. I did not run this one through yet, but that's gorgeous too.
Delicate, very delicate.
Over here they have a little die, and this is called Wildflower number 2. It's an embossing die. It comes like this. So you put your paper in, and what I did is on this one right here, I took my die, took my ink, and I just inked right on the machine, put my paper in, closed it up, and ran it through, and see how you get that little scritchy, scratchy look, which I love. And then I added some art glitter on the flower. These flowers I ran through on a pink paper. Once it came through embossed, without the ink on it, I inked the top. So once it was flat on my table, I went and rubbed it across like that. And then, of course, you know, pull out your brads. I love flower brads, fabric brads. And then I have to show you because I'm still using this bird die number 5, little dove, with the crate paper. I keep wanting to say craft paper. Over here on a card, I've glued all these little extras you get. Make your own little border, but you're going to have a whole bunch of these to play with. And I added a skirt, which is the...
Go back to those just for a minute. I had like a shadow.
Go back to what?
Those little pieces.
The little pieces.
So I could see them, yeah.
They're just, this is on the...
oh, okay, there you go.
That's the Fun Day.
Thank you.
So this is the Prima Mistables, and it's the little fabric ribbon, pink paisley. So I misted it down here with a little bit of teal and a little bit of pink to go with this. Then I used some ribbon, which is by Melissa Francis. That's a little pom-poms. I took a piece of this Prima paper that I had showed you earlier, and I wet it and crinkled it up, and once it dried, I just glued it right on. So that's ready to go. I wanted to show you how I did that. Now, the next die I used, where is it? Oh, it's a sludge one here. There's so much to do on it. So you can make your rosette, and then you have your pieces. Here we go. You get the 2 circles, which are more like flower looking. 3 hearts. One has a little scalloped edge, one has a little die cut in the middle, and one's just a plain heart. And then you have your rosette, which has 2 different designs. One's a little wider edge and one's a narrower edge. In order to make your rosettes, you glue them together. So you run 2 sheets through. So now you can make a rosette with this little edge and one with this little edge. And I have glued them both together and did 2 of each, and I couldn't tell the difference. So if you, it's not a big deal if you just run it through once, especially if you're using your favorite piece of paper. So now we have things to play with. So that I put over on this layout. This one I just wet and crinkled it up. And and here's my rosette here. I made a tag from the Tim Holtz tag die. I added some ribbon. This is Prima ribbon, I think. We have a little ribbon kit for Valentine's, which we've put 18 inches, or I think about 18 inches of each color to give you a Valentine's feel of some of my favorite ribbons. I just picked some of my favorite from the store. So on this rosette that I made, I used the mistable ribbon here, which is not really stretchy, it's just different fabric. You've got like a t-shirt fabric and more of a stiffer cotton. So I made the little ribbon in the fabric in the back, and I misted it. Then I took this ribbon and put it there, and then I took the big circle here, which is underneath. I put glued on it, and I used some Flower Soft Polar White. So if you can see the little white around the edges there, that's the Flower Soft, which is a really neat look. And then this is the rosette. And now I'm going to play with the rest of the die. And this one I like to favorite. Actually, this has 2 dies. This has the heart on top of, see the paper? I don't know if you could tell, but I glued one on top of the other, and then the top one I glittered. But you know, you can really start playing around, and I inked the edges of this one. So what are you going to do, right? There you go, a whole bunch of cute little hearts that you can put everywhere. Other things that you might want to look into, stickles. That has stickles on it. But I love these Viva Decor. They have iridescent, which is a nice silver, and then you have carmine, which is a great red, zing embossing powder, fabulous red, which is called rouge. And whenever I use my fabric and I attach the edge ruffle around, I did use a scrap half-beat glue. I tell you that all the time.
It's ideal for fabric.
It is, and it's really sticky, really sticky. Here's 2 more dies that are the same way. They have the
embossing, right?
Yeah, the folder, so that you can ink them before, or just, you know, do them yourself. And then we have a nice Biggs die, which, see, it's just the circle, which has a little perforation to make a plate. There's a lot you can do with that. And then, look, I mean, I haven't even started, because here's a banner die with 2 keys. This one has love. Sizzix has some great Valentine's dies.
So add to your embellishment collection, easy peasy, with your Sizzix Dies and your Big Shot or your Vagabond. And you get it all at bluemoonscrapbooking.com.